I'm setting myself up for failure here, but I'm texting everybody today. This time next week, we can be Super Bowl
It
champs.
could be
And people
me.
are like, "Oh, I'm going to save this as receipts." I said what I said. All
I,
right.
s-
I'm ready to be hurt. But I don't expect to be hurt. So let's
I
make it
love it.
happen here. Let's have some fun. You can call me an idiot all you want, but I'm a believer. I can feel this. This team is different. Come on, baby. Go
I
Birds.
love it. I love it.
Go
Go Birds,
Birds. Come on.
baby.
You wonder what happened in sports today. Brandon Petrilli, he got the wave. We talking a lot with bros today. Cracking some jokes the podcast way. Bulls on goals. With homers on homers. Tutties on tutties. Got moments on moments. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into Petrilli.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the BSP Media channel. We're back with our boy Nick McClay from Fox, Philly the Gambler. We got a little bit of a different show again. You know, we got Nick on, so we got to talk a little gambling. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl, if you haven't heard, people. So we're here. We're having some fun with it. But even if the Eagles weren't in the Super Bowl, everybody loves prop bets when it comes to the Super Bowl. People love to hop in the game, get a little taste on it because everybody's watching for the most part when it comes to the Super Bowl. So we're here to kind of talk about some of the stuff that we really like and then some of the crazy stuff that if you want to dabble into and have a lot of fun with it, maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't. Obviously, gamble responsibly, but we're here to kind of dive into this game a little bit. I'll be posting my kind of full, what I think of the game X's and O's wise coming later on this week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and like and follow. But today, Nick, how we doing, buddy? We were kind of saying before this, we've been waiting, dying for this game. We needed to get here.
I know, man. This week is gonna be so long, man. This is gonna be brutal. I just can't wait till Sunday, and then even Sunday throughout the day. The game doesn't start till 6:30. Like, what do we
Yeah,
do all day during
yeah.
that? Like, I just can't wait. Can't wait till kickoff.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get the early shift for that for Sunday so I can do John Kincaid was going to do a pregame show on the Fanatic, so I'm hoping I produce
Okay.
that one so I don't have to do the post game
Right.
this time. I've been doing post game all season long. Maybe it's honestly better I should, but we're not talking about jinxes or anything like that.
Nope.
I want to relax and actually have fun and be able to hang out with people and watch the game, especially this
Right.
one, but whatever. We'll get there when we get there. Stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll keep
Of
you
course.
posted. But yeah, man, let's kind of get into it. What are some of the you were all over this season when you were on with us earlier in the year? Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, and of course the boy Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown. We were riding that all season
Love that,
long.
man.
That was absolutely awesome there. So, what's kind of the stuff you're feeling, whether Eagles or Chiefs, going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, I already took the Jalen Hurts at minus 105. At this point, must bet every game. Best bet in sports right now has four rushing touchdowns in the playoffs, three obviously against the Commanders, 18 total in the season. I know in Super Bowl 57 he ran for three touchdowns. I think this is something where obviously it's all on the line right here. Like, look, I think he'll do whatever it takes to put points on the board, especially once you get in that red zone. Don't force anything. Again, like we've been saying, how he's a winner. He does not turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over when you get in the red zone. Just be smart. Just be smart. Hand it off to your running back if you even have to. But once we get inside that five, you got to look out for a Jalen Hurts run.
Yeah, I mean he's just electric. Whether it's the tush push or just him breaking
Yep.
off a 50+ yarder with his legs is just as optimal there too because he can do it. That knee, I'm
Exactly.
not. I feel like nobody should be worried about that knee at this point. The way he played in that Commanders game, he's had an extra week to heal. Yeah, I mean the Jalen Hurts is he's this is his moment here for sure.
Exactly. And I even took him for MVP. I think what's crazy is he's the third
Third, yeah,
most to win. I mean, he's got Barkley in front of him. I think I read earlier that the first time since 2003
that
that a
running
position
back.
player other than
Yeah,
quarterback are the top two.
yeah,
Like
no,
that's
that's crazy.
crazy.
It is. It is, man. Because that's probably gonna be my bet. Honestly, is that
Yep.
Saquon Barkley? Because I was watching a little Coach Gruden action. Put up a clip today talking about Saquon Barkley. Right. I was all over the Terrell Davis record when they were saying whether Saquon was gonna get benched and take some rest at the end of the season rather than going for the 2K. but everything's just lining up perfectly for him. He needs 29 yards for that rushing record. The last time that rushing record happened was Terrell Davis back in 1998 or 9, I believe they
Yep,
were
98,
saying.
yeah.
And that was the last time a running back won the rushing leader won the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, what's Saquon Barkley's initials? SB. What is it?
Dang.
SB Super Bowl. It's his birthday on the
Hmm.
Super Bowl. I love Jalen Hurts. Oh my God. I gotta edit that out. We might have to redo that, but I do love Jalen Hurts, but I love
Right.
Saquon Barkley here, and I feel like that's just gonna be the biggest play. Of that a lot of people are all over that train, but yeah, it'll be exciting there. What else you looking at?
100%. I the two main props that I did take were Travis Kelce, 59.5. I know he's coming off a tough game against the Bills. He's gone over 50 yards in 14 of 15 playoff games. I think they try to get him early and often, get in a rhythm with Mahomes. Eagles are allowing 76 yards per game to tight ends in the playoffs. So, and they just allowed Zach Ertz 11 catches, 16 targets, and
Yeah,
104 yards. So, as well as our defense has been playing, there is a little bit of hole in that tight end. So, I think they go with Kelce. Obviously, the connection with him and Mahomes is unbelievable. And then I'm also going Devontae Smith, 49.5. It's all been all over social media how he just torches Spagnola's defense the last three times they've played, averaging 107 yards, just under seven targets. He's back home in his home state. He lived just over an hour away from the Superdome. Gonna have tons of family there. I mean, I know that doesn't really, it's a Super Bowl. He knows it's a big game, so you don't gotta tell him that. But he's also looking to become the fifth player in NFL history to win a Heisman, national championship, and a Super Bowl.
yeah. I love the Smitty bet too. Like the guy's been able to make. He has. I feel like he hasn't had that dominant game, but at the end of all these games, he makes one or two big catches for you. Where you're just like, yep, like those
Right.
toe tappers. Like
Exactly.
last week, that people wanted to say he was out of bounds. He wasn't. The NFC Championship game a
Nope.
couple years ago, that people were saying he was out of bounds or he dropped the ball against the 49ers. Like it doesn't matter. The guy's just coming up clutch left and right. He's done it his whole career, just like Jalen Hurts, where he's been able to play in these big spots in these big games. So yeah, I love Smitty there also. Another thing I was kind of looking at, I was interested in your thoughts on Dallas Goddard. I mean, this has been the Dallas Goddard playoffs. The guy has just been absolutely eating left and right. He's been able to throw guys down, even with a banged up ankle, whatever he wants to say, what's going on with him. But this is probably the greatest stretch, most dominant stretch of games that Dallas Goddard's played. Like, do you think the Chiefs, like, if you're the Chiefs and Spagnola, who do you stop? Like, who do you got to key on first? It's got to be Saquon, right? But then after that, we didn't
Right.
even talk about AJ, who's one of the most dominant receivers out there. So, I mean, it's crazy.
That's what I mean. I was just gonna hop on your back on that. If you even try to take away Goddard, like you have AJ and Smith on the outside, and then if you like, if you take away them three, you got Saquon in the backfield. Like there's so many options to this Eagles offense that it's so hard to just take away one thing and then not have something else pop off. So I would love I love Dallas Goddard. I think I saw, what was it, 40 high 40s or something like that, maybe higher than that. But I like it. I think he's a big X factor in this game. We did talk about it on the Gambler. My boy Ryan Coyle loves him in this game. Maybe even to score a touchdown too. I'm
Yeah,
looking at it now.
320.
What's he to score? Goddard is plus 290 on DraftKings to
Yeah.
score. I like
FanDuel
that.
is
The
320.
value there. I like
Yeah.
that even better. So there we
Yeah.
go. But yeah, he's averaging,
Hey, one
what
of
is
you
it,
sponsored the
52?
show, by the way. Get on
Oh
that, all
yeah.
right? No, yeah,
Okay,
one of the
gotcha.
sports books. We need it. So we got to
We
work
do.
that
We do.
out.
We need we need a bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, his 60 plus is plus 116, and it might be even better on FanDuel, but I like it. I like it a lot. I think we do throw a lot more than we have been. I think this is a game where, yeah, Barkley is obviously the key guy, but Jalen Hurts is going to have to make plays. He's going to have to, zone in and have a game to like the last Super Bowl. He's going to have to. I don't, want the outcome of the last Super Bowl, even though how well he played, but I think he's going to have to play a similar style as Super Bowl 57.
Yeah. Well, we're both Eagles guys. We talk to Eagles a lot here. We talked to Kelsey a little bit, and obviously that's going to be a big thing for them, stopping him over the middle, which I agree. Zach Ertz, love Zach,
Hmm.
the nostalgia, all that stuff, but he's up there. He's not Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, that's my biggest worry. But you've seen time and time again with this Chiefs team. Is there a guy you're kind of looking at in that bottom of that depth chart there that you're like, maybe we can see him getting into the end zone for that team? Like, is there any value spots? Like, I was kind of looking at D Hop. He's kind of fallen
Yeah.
down the wayside there for them a little bit, I feel like, right? I mean, he's sitting at
Yeah, no, he is. And
600. Like,
even him or Juju, like those guys, their line right now is not very, very high. I mean, I'm looking at their reception or their receiving yards, and Juju's, hold up, let me go. Juju is way down the board. 25 plus yards is plus 165.
wow,
D Hop's 15 yards is plus 114.
wow.
Like
That's,
they can get that in one catch, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So there's value down there. I know they really haven't done much. They've been really zoning in on Xavier Worthy, and I took not a flyer, but I took him to score a touchdown at plus 165. Worthy. I mean, they just like to involve him in so many different ways:
Mhm.
runs, jet sweeps, reverses, screens, and he's so speedy. He's so shifty. And Mahomes has shown that he trusts him the last couple of games. I think he has like 6+ targets in the last couple of games. So. He's someone that I would like, but someone down the board, I wouldn't be surprised if you see D Hop have a day.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for sure. I like we were kind of talking about it. You were saying how, you're not concerned yourself a little bit, but how confident you are. I'm kind of in that same boat a little
Hmm.
bit, and I'll dive into that more probably Friday when I put another show out, kind of going more into the game. But yeah, I don't love betting on the other sides, but obviously we got to give both sides of the ball here for everybody out there watching. If you are Chiefs fans tuning in, let us know. And everybody's saying they're boycotting the Super Bowl, right? So it's probably just Chiefs and Eagles fans listening to us, but it should be more people
Right.
out there because you want to try to find some winners. That's what we're here to do, and hopefully we can make it happen
Right.
and have some fun this upcoming Super Bowl Sunday because it's always one of the best nights of the year. So. But yeah, man, let's after look diving into that a little bit, let's get into some of the crazy stuff. The Super Bowl is the
Hmm.
coin flip. It's the octopus
Yeah.
bets. It's all these random
Hmm.
things that come out in the big time games. Was there anything that you kind of caught your eye, kind of sitting there? I mean, I bet you're probably like me. You're sitting there at work or whatever. I mean while you're on break, of course. But you're just scrolling
Yeah,
through
of
and you're just
course.
like, "Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting." Was there anything that kind of caught your eye at first glance early in the week here?
I did Saquon Barkley and Kareem Hunt to have 5+ rushing yards in each quarter, plus 450. It's not the craziest odds, but I like a little sprinkle on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Saquon's hitting every playoff game right now. He's the best running back in football. Like you can't disregard that. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna run. I mean, like I said, or I did say earlier, we're gonna have to throw the ball, but you do want to run the ball, keep Mahomes off the field here.
Yeah.
Hunt is more of a question with the amount of people they feed the backfield with Pacheco and P. Ryan, but I think the value's there at plus 450. Kareem, he's a monster. I'm not gonna deny it. He's a monster.
Mhm.
So he could rush. I mean, just 5 yards, 5 yards a quarter. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I know Pacheco was their guy for a while. He was banged up this year, and they've kind of slowly brought him
Yeah,
back, and Hunt's kind of taken that over. That would probably be my only thing is, Pacheco gets cooking, and then they go towards him.
exactly.
But yeah, no, I like that a lot. I do, I do.
Hmm.
How about this? Shout out Pat McAfee. I just one of these random things that you get deep into the sports book, and I was looking. Where is it? Will Matt Ariza's a punt result in a touchback? Yes, plus 225. Like I feel like that's pretty
Ooh,
damn good
yeah.
for a punt
I
to go
like that a
into the
lot,
end
actually.
zone, and then Braden Mann is plus 270. So I mean, I don't expect there to be too
There's got
many
to be at least
punts.
one touchback.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not expecting too many punts in these games because both these offense, but also the way the Eagles defense has been playing, the way Kansas City's defense has played, maybe we can see it. Do you guys these teams get to the 50-ish yard line and they got a punt? they get to the 40,
Yeah.
like they get stopped at their own 45, they got a punt, one of these goes into the end zone. I feel like that's some decent value there to kind of keep you playing a little bit. So something to keep an eye on. That's when you get real deep into the weeds looking at this stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a 60-minute football game. I know we're all expecting a lot of points, but these two defenses are very good. They're probably top five, maybe even top two, the two best
Yeah.
defenses in the league. So
Yeah.
you're bound to see some punts here. And I mean, both these punters have a boot on them, so
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see both of them cash.
Both of them are decent
But
throughout the year,
another
but
one
no, go ahead.
hmm Another one I saw, we were talking about it on the Gambler, one rushing touchdown in each quarter plus 1,500. Doesn't matter the team, doesn't matter who, just one rushing touchdown in each quarter.
Okay. I like that. Especially the way that the Eagles can rip off the big ones too. Like that's like
Exactly.
your biggest key, I
hmm
feel like there.
And at plus 1,500, that's
Yeah,
something you can sprinkle on.
for sure, for sure. I mean, some of the main ones that a lot of people kind of talk about. Offensive lineman to score a touchdown. I
Yeah, I
could
saw that one.
I love myself some Jordan Mailata. Like everybody's on the
Oh
train
yeah,
now, but I'm a rugby guy. I've always,
of course.
when he got drafted, that was the first thing. And we actually got to
hmm
meet him the one time when he first got drafted. Super cool dude. They can figure out a way to hand him off a ball like a jet sweep type of motion and
hmm
get him going at the corner at like a linebacker or a corner on the edge.
hmm
Just bang. That'd
Yep.
be
I mean, you're
that'd be
not
awesome.
tackling him.
That'd be awesome. Either QB to catch a pass, obviously the Philly special. That'd be kind of nuts if
hmm
Nick Sirianni ran that back. Everybody talks
Oh,
about how he
dude, that
loves
would
the
be
pander.
awesome.
If he loves the pander, if Jalen Hurts is catching the same Philly special in the corner of the end zone. So those are two that kind of more nostalgia picks for me. One of the crazier ones I was looking at, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Patrick Mahomes to combine for 6+ rushing TDs at plus 7,000. So I mean,
Okay.
Jalen and Saquon could get if 4 or 5 between the two of them, and Pat runs
Right.
one in. I don't know, something to keep an eye
I
out
mean,
on.
Pat tends to run the ball in these spots. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's a smart player. He'll drop back, and if nothing's there, he'll take off. And I mean, he's done it before. He did it last week. He got in the end zone. So that's a pretty good. That's very good value for plus 7,000.
Obviously, these are long shots. We need a lot of
Right.
points and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of what we're getting into at this point here. But to kind of go off of that, Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns. I mean, plus 290. I feel like I love that bet a
hmm
lot.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Jalen Hurts, he had 3 rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs a couple years ago. For that to happen again is plus 3,200. So, I
Okay.
mean, the way he's been able to dominate on the ground game, the way that tush push has been able to dominate, I don't see any way that the Chiefs can really slow that down. People want to say that teams that it's an automatic, right? The tush push is automatic. It has to be banned. It's not automatic for other teams. You
It's
saw
not.
Josh Allen get stopped, but it wasn't the
hmm
kind of the same play. People don't know how to run it the same way that the Eagles can with the bodies that they have, just the absolute meat and just
hmm
explosiveness that they have at the point of attack there at the quarterback position, let alone the offensive line. It's hard to match. So it's definitely going to be fun there. You got anything else that you were kind of looking at before I rattle off my last couple?
I had a free bet on MVP Nolan Smith, 250 to 1 odds. It's really, I mean, just a shot in the dark here,
Yeah,
just because he's having such an amazing postseason already.
yeah.
4 sacks, 1 sack away from the Eagles' postseason record. I think 2 sacks away from the most in postseason history. I mean, Jawan Taylor's like one of the most penalized offensive linemen in the league. So we see like that's a hole on their offensive line. I could see him getting a couple sacks here. Maybe give me a strip sack at the end of the game. Recover your own strip sack. Hey, I don't know. Why not? But
Yeah.
it was a little free bet that I like
Yeah,
sprinkling
no,
on.
I like that. I mean, in that vein, I just put a quarter on it. I'm like, it's a donation anyway, but Brandon Graham, go
Yes,
get me a
sir.
sack, a strip sack BG. They take it to the house or something. He would have a shot at it, I feel like, if that were to partake. For him, this is probably his last game. it would be
Yeah.
one way to go out. It was what, 25 cents for, yeah, about 200. Like,
There
so
we
that'd
go.
be electric to happen. But yeah, no, I like the Nolan Smith, the way he's been able to develop, where people were ready to write him off and write off some of these, Georgia Bulldogs, off him and Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis, and the way that they've been able to develop under Vic Fangio has been absolutely awesome. I think this might be one of the best shots for a defensive player, honestly, to win
Right.
an MVP. So just the way how dominant that they can be. Now Pat's going to have to turn the ball over, but you saw the way that against Jaden Daniels last week, right? It didn't have to be Daniels throwing the picks. It was just the way that they attack the football and
Oh my
punch it
God.
out and knock out the ball and get fumbles and create those turnovers. Pat can play perfect, but the rest of the team that he's been dealing with, the rest of the team that he has elevated their game, they're going to have to play perfect. Jaden Daniels needed that to happen with his guys. They didn't. They got their ass kicked. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the Chiefs are a totally different beast, but their guys have to play perfect the way to beat this Eagles team. And I like the Eagles' chances for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, kind of that. I like Saquon for MVP. Obviously, the way just how everything's kind of lining up for him at this time. Oh, Cooper Cup might be traded, but that's for
Saw
another
that.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Miles Garrett too. So we'll see potential Eagle. No. But
Ooh.
and then
Yeah.
the last one I was kind of looking at. What do you think, Devontae Smith? Two catches on the first drive.
Ooh, that would be work well with my 50 or 49.5. So I
Yeah, they
like that a
kind of they
lot.
kind of feed
They
him a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of do get him early and often, and then maybe like die off of him. Like I feel like that's kind of his trend, his
Yeah,
game, and then that's when that clutch, deep shot happens. But I do like that first quarter, two catches you just said. That's right.
first drive, first
First
drive.
drive. Okay,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
get
I
him the
like. What was
ball.
that? Where were that odds at?
800. So
There we go.
that'd be nice to get nice start of the game.
Yeah,
Kind of get the
getting a
cash flowing
rhythm.
there. And then
I like
obviously
that.
the last kind of crazy one is Saquon Barkley scoring the first rush attempt. You
Oh,
know,
that is so awesome
does it
again.
again. Like the guy is just so explosive and so great. Like when you see him get out on an edge or something, and the way he can prod and then bang,
Just shoot.
and you expect him to go to the house at this point.
Hmm.
You're like,
Yeah.
you hear Jordan Mailata, go son, go
Go.
son.
I
Like
love it.
it's great, but yeah, man. Thanks, Nick. I don't know if you had anything else, but I appreciate you hopping on for a couple minutes. Hopefully, we put some wisdom out there. You don't have to be riding with us, but hopefully, you can kind of use it to get your brain going a little bit too. Find some stuff. If you do, drop it in the comment section. We all got to ride together in the community out here. But yeah, I appreciate you hopping on with me, Nick.
Yeah, man, thanks. It's always fun. Always fun hopping on with you, talking shop, going over some crazy bets that, probably won't hit, but that's so fun
But
watching
when
it.
when they do, we'll
But
clip
when they
it and we'll
do,
let you
we'll
know that you
we'll
should
have
have
this.
listened. Yeah, or
Exactly,
and
exactly. I
because
love
people
it.
will let us know when they don't. So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
all
and
fun here.
like you already said, if anyone else has any bets they want to chuck in, throw them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe to you. I mean,
Yeah, let
you can
people know
follow
where to
us
where
over
to
at
hit you up. Yeah.
Yeah, follow us over at the Fox Sports The Gambler. My Twitter's Nick McClay 22. We're having a bunch of content all throughout the week. Obviously, Super Bowl week, you gotta dish out. So I mean, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait till Sunday. That again, we already said it. This week's gonna feel so long, but once Sunday hit, it's gonna feel so much better.
Yep. All right. Thanks again, Nick. Everybody go make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. He's always putting a lot of stuff. He's been doing some draft analysis I
Oh
saw.
yeah,
And
oh
then
yeah,
your Cyclones too for college basketball.
yeah.
How
They're
are
on
they
a little
doing
slide
tonight?
right now,
How are
but
they doing tonight? I saw you what, Kansas, right?
Kansas tonight at 9. It's gonna be a scary one. They're going to Allen Fieldhouse. It's gonna be a tough one. Though
Yeah.
if they lose, they lose three straight. So,
Ugh. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe
hmm
we'll have to have you back on for college basketball in a month or so too.
of
But
course,
yeah,
whenever, man. It's always fun hopping on.
yeah, appreciate you, brother. All right, everybody. Make sure you follow, leave us some pics down below. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Shout out to 215. Go Birds, baby. Go
Go
Birds. It's
Birds!
the time. It's the time. I was
Come on, man. We're in
texting
the Super
people.
Bowl.
I was talking. I'm setting myself up for failure here, but I'm texting everybody today. This time next week, we can be Super Bowl
It
champs.
could be,
And people
man.
are like, oh, I'm going to save this as receipts. I said what I said. All
I
right.
s-
I'm ready to be hurt. But I don't expect to be hurt. So let's
I
make it
love
happen here. Let's have some fun. You can call me an idiot all you want, but I'm a believer. I can feel this. This team is different. Come on, baby. Go
I
Birds.
love it. I love it.
Go
Go
Birds.
Birds,
Come on.
baby.